Hey everybody, welcome to your new moon solar eclipse tarot reading with me, Stella Wilde. This is for all signs. It is time stamped. However, I do suggest that you watch first for your rising sign because I'm going to be discussing the houses of the astrological chart where this energy is going to be affecting you. And the houses are determined by your rising sign. I use Western astrology, so please watch your rising sign first. So yes, Mercury is retrograde at this new moon solar eclipse, but hey, it's not a perfect world, right? But you know what? We can still enjoy the energies. We can still enjoy the promise that this new moon solar eclipse is going to deliver into each one of our lives. And you know, with Mercury retrograde, it might be a good time to revisit your bucket list, some of the things that you still want to create and manifest in your world, and you know, maybe choose something from that list, something new that you want to create. So let's get into your reading. And the energetic window that I'm working with here is looking at the new moon solar eclipse, of course, is on June 10th. And then the next new moon solar eclipse, which will be in Sagittarius, is going to be on December 4th. So I'm really looking at this 6-month window of time. So the way I'm going to do the readings is I'm going to pull one card from this oracle deck to kind of give you insight into, you know, what you need to know about manifesting something new in the particular house where the eclipse is falling. And then we will, of course, we've got to use the bold and bodacious to clarify. All right, so let's get into it. All right, Aries, so your new moon solar eclipse is happening in your 3rd house of communications, of your daily life, relationship with siblings as well. All right, so let's see what we have going on for you in those areas, setting a new intention. What are the energies that are supporting you? What do you need to know about to make this happen? We have a jeweled web. We have connectivity. We have the number 32, so that number could be important for you. Also the number 5, since 32 reduces to a 5. But this is interesting because this is a jeweled web and connectivity. The spider totem is a symbol for writing and, you know, creation. I mean, think of Charlotte's Web, you know, that old children's story. So your ability to connect, it is time to set some new intentions in those areas of communication and connecting, and also maybe with some networking as well, to help you further your goals of whatever you want to create in this area of your life, okay? All right, let's see what we need to know with the bold and bodacious. But jeweled web is interesting because there's something, I think, a glittering prize. I think there's, if you know that song, let me know in the comments. I think there might be a glittering prize for you by the end of this energetic period in something you do in the 3rd house area, because it's jeweled. You have the gift of the gab the next 6 months, the gift of communication and sparkling communication. And really, you could charm the birds out of the trees, Aries, if you would like. So there's something about that. Let's see what we need to know. The Fool. All right, so some brand new project, I think. Now, of course, Mercury's retrograde, but you can plan now. That's fine. Plan some things. Daydream a little bit, and then take action after Mercury goes direct. 3 of Cups. Very nice. And the 5 of Pentacles. Let's pull one more. We are not ending on a 5 of Pentacles. And we're not ending on a freaking 5 of Cups either, baby. All right, let's see what else. The High Priestess. All right, we'll take her. Okay. So, Aries, you know, I'm feeling the energy of accentuate the positive, all right? So with whatever you're going to be creating here, it is about, of course, networking with other people as well. There's 3 of Cups here. So there could be some social events, social occasions that are going to give you a kickstart in this particular area. So the eclipse is happening in your 3rd house. So I think you could find a lot of inspiration. This looks like, 3 of Cups is a celebration card, but it looks like the 3 muses if we go back to like Greek mythology, okay? So this, again, can be inspiration coming from 3 different areas of your life, 3 different people, you could have 3 different new projects that you're excited about or inspirations. I'm going to look at this again from communication angle. You could also be communicating with neighborhood groups, because that's third house as well. There could be a fresh start in that area. But this is about some new people coming in, I think, as well, to help you. And that's why we have this connectivity card as well. So what is this Five of Pentacles and Five of Cups shenanigan going on here? This is the energy that I think you intuitively know needs to be shifted out of your life. There could be some past disappointments in regards to siblings, in regards to communication, how you're living your daily life. There, you could have felt, particularly if you're dealing with a sibling situation, you could have felt like there was some estrangement, the Five of Pentacles. This could also be, though, in regards to a communication project. Maybe you thought something in the past didn't pan out for you the way you wanted to, either monetarily and or, you know, some sort of emotional satisfaction from it. So there is the sense here as well of, I think, you know, accentuate the positive with the Three of Cups, not dwelling on the past and what may have been disappointing before, but also to make sure that you are divinely guided and tuned into your intuition and that you're not forcing anything with your creative projects. Now, that doesn't mean you should just sit around and wait for divine inspiration, but because you can sometimes sit around for many months and no divine inspiration knocks at the door. You sometimes have to sit at your desk and call in the divine inspiration, and the muse will come if you do that. So there's energy here of not forcing things, and also not forcing things based on what you think other people want from you. It is about following your own joy, which is this right here, with whatever this project is, whatever you have to say, whatever you have to communicate. It is about your joy, your truth, and about intuitively following those threads of truth wherever they may go. All right. So that's another thing. I do think that you will be working away some of the time in secret with the High Priestess here on these projects. But I think a balance is needed. I think we're going to have a little bit of social time. We're going to have a little bit of quiet time and, you know, work on the stuff. So you have great energy here, Aries, to really kickstart some sort of new creative project that could, you know, really take off by the time we get to Aquarius season next year. That's very possible with this energy. But this is what's in play for you over the next 6 months. All right, Taurus, so let's see what's going on for you. This eclipse is happening in your second house of money. We like that. We like some fresh starts in money. And also in self-esteem, your self-worth, what's important to you, your values. Okay, so let's see what we have. What is the advice from this oracle deck to help you manifest these things? We have Feast of Plenty. Choices and their consequences. And the number 20, so the 20th of the month may be important over the next several months. So making careful choices based on what you do truly value. All right, so let's pull some of the bold and bodacious and see. But that's, I mean, we're talking about money and we get Feast of Plenty. That is great. So let's see what we have going on here with that. Feast of Plenty. We have a Queen of Swords. Deciding what you want. We have a Seven of Pentacles. Knight of Swords. I think there's going to be a readjustment to your plan. There's going to be something you're going to shift after a reevaluation that may be going on for the rest of this Mercury retrograde season. Here you go. Your Ten of Pentacles. So remember, this is energy I think that's in play for the next 6 months. Choices and their consequences. This is your goal. This even came up in your monthly reading, I think for Money, Career, and Business, or it was a general read. I don't remember exactly, but I remember this was prominent in your reading. This is the dream of most Tauruses. I mean, every sign, of course, loves a Ten of Pentacles moment, but you guys really love a Ten of Pentacles moment. I don't blame you. You know, but because this is happening in your second house of money, and we have two money cards, we have a Seven of Pentacles and a Ten of Pentacles, and even this came out about the money. we're here right now. We're at the reevaluation stage. A certain level of success has been reached. Whatever your personal situation is, your personal success level at the moment. Yes, it's here, but we want more. We want to do better. We want to increase our wealth. We want to feel stable and secure. We want to buy a house. We want to invest in fixing up our house, better furniture, etc. That's all the Ten of Pentacles stuff. It's very family oriented, very security oriented, very generational wealth oriented. So there's something here, and we got the Gemini energy with the eclipse. We have a Queen of Swords and we have a Knight of Swords here. So I think this eclipse, the way to really maximize this energy and use it is to use the Queen of Swords and sit down and really examine where you're at, exactly where you're at. Don't guess where you're at. I mean, most Tauruses probably know exactly to the dime what is going on in their bank account, okay? But still, really, because it's not just about the money. It's about your values and self-esteem. So it's have your values. Are your values undergoing a reevaluation? I think they are. Most people's have during this last year and a half, where there's been so much upheaval and change. People are rethinking every aspect of their life. So I think there could be some news, there could be some information that changes really how you're, valuing what you have, where you want to go next. And I think you're going to make a big decision. I think there might be a whole new plan coming in for you over the next several months of how you're going to manage this, because you have changed. You have changed, your thoughts have changed, your mindset has changed, and what once was fine is no longer fine. So you're going to get there. I feel like you're going to be making changes over the next several months, so that by the time you get to October or Capricorn season of January, because this for me is more Capricorn than necessarily Libra season, October. So let's even just say Capricorn season, because I said I was using these for 6 months out. You could really be stepping into the next level of your feast of plenty. But notice here, it's choices and their consequences. There is something you're going to have to make a decision about. And the information I think is going to come in Gemini season. Maybe after this eclipse, maybe right before Mercury goes direct again, because of these two air energies. There is also something here with the Queen of Swords about being a little dispassionate about it, being objective about it, really almost kind of evaluating your life and your values from a pro and con list. Not so much the monetary of what you have, but more, is this really satisfying you? Is everything aligned exactly the way you want it to be in your life? Because this is no good if you're miserable every day getting this. So that's what I'm saying. There may be some changes that you're going to be making, and you may find that the choice you make to maybe align more with your joy in some way is going to help you bring in this more substantially. But there also could be some cuts you need to make in your budget with this Knight of Swords looking over here as well. But you're fine to do that because, your values are shifting and changing. What once you used to like to spend money on, maybe that doesn't matter anymore. You want to invest your money and time in something else. So there is a big review and revision going on here. And then the decision and the choice. All right. So use this energy and really invest your time and energy in the longer term game. That's what this is about as well. This is not about quick fixes. This is about the longer term here with this 10 of coins. So, all right, so set your intentions in terms of, what do you want to manifest for your feast of plenty? And what choices are you going to be comfortable making, because they will have consequences. So use the energy, Taurus. So Gemini, the eclipse is in your sign. You are the star of the show of this eclipse. So it's in your first house. And that is such a personal house, right? It is about our body, our physical body. It is about our most personal wishes and goals. It's how other people see us. It's about our self-definition, like who we are, how are we showing up in the world. So with the North Node having traveled through your sign for the last year and a half, there's a lot of things that have been shifting in your life in terms of, yes, your role in the world. And you are playing, some different parts, so to speak, in your life than you were even a year and a half, 2 years ago. So the Renaissance continues. Let's see. Your first house. How else are you changing and growing? Setting intentions for that with this eclipse. Covenant. Sacred contract. Wow. That is awesome. The number 7. So this is such a powerful card in asking about this first house and the roles you're playing, who you're becoming, because the next level of what you signed up for in this lifetime is about to commence over the next 6 months. Sacred contracts, they come, I think this phraseology was popularized most by Carolyn Myss, MYSS. She wrote a book called Sacred Contracts, which I think is freaking fantastic. So you might want to check that out. I will leave a link in the description of the video because I think it's must reading for everybody. But she believes that we make these contracts before we incarnate and, our life purpose, who we're supposed to meet, all these things are kind of sketched out. And you can even say the astrology chart, your natal chart is a sacred contract. It shows the potentials in your chart of spiritual lessons, spiritual growth, areas where you're supposed to develop, etc. So, that's another thing. So, wow. So there is going to be a new part. The next phase of your sacred contract will be revealed to you, Gemini. You may already have hints of what it is now, but that's what's coming for you. All right, let's see. You're moving on. Yes, see, 6 of Swords. You're moving on from something you've already accomplished, something you've already done on this contract. You did pass a test. You passed a test, and now you're on to the next thing. 2 of Coins. There may be a choice up ahead between, 2 options of this next part. Here we go again. Taurus just got this. 10 of Coins. 3 of Wands. I'm going to pull one more. And the Hangman. Okay. With Pisces energy showing up here. And of course, if you have Gemini rising, Pisces is your 10th house of career. So there could be some sort of change in your career coming up with this within the next 3 months, maybe by Leo's season here. All right. Something that you maybe have even been waiting for, you've been working toward with your career. But again, that phase of development was not here yet, because you had to finish up some other stuff first, in your personal growth. But I think for many of you, that may be coming very, very soon, right? You've been waiting on that change. You've been working hard toward that change. So I think it's on its way for you. All right. So the sacred contract, what is going on here? Moving on. And notice it's the 6 of Swords, which, is very much June's energy, June air sign energy. Now we have a 2 of Pentacles and a 10 of Pentacles. And then, like I said, I feel like this is career energy percolating over here. And with the Pentacles, some of you may be choosing, there's 2 potential new paths for you, or 2 opportunities, could be 2 job opportunities. Maybe even 2 particular places where you might decide to move to bring in financial stability in your life in regards to calling in the next level of your career. That is possible. Remember, these are still general readings. We're just looking at the energies and how to work with them. But this is about a sacred contract. Personally, this is what I feel. I don't think you can go wrong with either one of these options. Both are being presented to you. All right. And with the 10 after them, both are good. Both are viable. all right? There's, sometimes I say with the Two of Coins, one's a little better than the other. I think both are arriving in right timing, and it's just up to you which you think is going to be better for you for your next phase of growth. I think both have the potential to lead to long-term financial stability and happiness for you. So like I said, I feel very much this is involving a career situation. And yeah, it just depends on which one that you want to go for here, Gemini. This is very much based on the work that you have been doing to change your career life, to change your situation, whether, it's a job, whether you've been going to school to get a degree, whether you've been studying for a test to get a promotion or a certification. You've been doing the work. That's that Three of Wands. It will pay off. And typical with Gemini, right? It's the hallmark of your sign. There's probably going to be two possible directions to go in. But I think both will leave you filled with satisfaction. And I'm also really just feeling you're going to the next level. It's the next level of growth also with your finances. So if there's something also to be healed with your finances, Pisces energy can be very, very healing. I think that will really be in play for you. But this to me is Capricorn energy, all right? That will be in play by Capricorn season of 2022 or even end of December this year. So the sacrifices you have been making to change your life, change yourself, are going to pay off. This is the next level of your growth. For some of you, also what might be coming in with this sacred contract, because we're talking about the first house of the self and how people see us. So there also could be two possibilities because this is about family, there could be two new possibilities of somebody. If you are single and ready to mingle, there could be two new potential, over the next 6 months, people coming in that are marriage material. That's very possible here. The key with that, though, if you're looking at this as that, potential two new people, we have sacred contract here. The thing is not to force the relationship, all right, if there's two. And what I mean by that is that with a sacred contract, we will usually often sense the sense of destiny with this person. But sometimes what we think the destiny is going to be with them is not what actually is the destiny. So, for example, two new people could come into your life. One indeed is the sacred contract, soulmate, twin flame, etc. The other one might just supposed to be a good friend. But maybe you get your wires crossed and you don't realize which one is which. So that's what I'm saying. Don't force. Let the sacred contract reveal itself in terms of who's supposed to be that person. All right? So, very interesting energies, Gemini. All right, Cancer. So the new moon solar eclipse is happening in your 12th house of things behind the scenes, the unconscious, the subconscious, your dream life, your spiritual life, we could say. So the 12th house is really kind of a mysterious house. It's a little hard to explain. It's a little intangible. It's associated with Piscean energy, of course. So it has that Neptunian fog and mystery attached to it. But, a new moon solar eclipse happening in your 12th house can really ignite your already strong intuition. Could give you a lot of inspired downloads, a lot of inspired dreams, that really can help guide your future direction. So, you're a sign whose intuition's already super on point, but you could find that it's really amped up to the next level over the next 6 months. All right, let's see what we have here. Lost compass, getting back to integrity. Wow, that fits this very well. The number 35, so that may be important to you. Or the number 8, since that adds up to 8. So getting back to integrity, you from this energy, lost compass, if you have lost your way lately, it happens to everybody. If you feel like you've got blown off course in some way, if you feel like you've been a little disconnected from your intuition, if you have felt a little kind of cut off and uncertain, this new moon solar eclipse is going to help you get back your inner compass, get more connected to your intuition, and get back to feeling whole and like yourself again. So that's very nice. Let's tune into this energy a little bit. So, you know, everybody's been through so much in the last year and a half, and you know, this has happened to many, many people where we just kind of, you know, we don't know. Could be feeling like we're wandering in the dark, or we feel like we know what's going on, and then we realize, oh, that's not really what was going on, or, you know, but getting back to integrity is when something is whole. So you could have felt very, you know, split off and disconnected in some way from yourself, from your own intuition. So you're going to get that back. You're going to get that back. Page of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, Pluto, Death card. Let's pull this one since it's sticking out, and the Emperor. Wow. So Pentacles are very tangible. Pentacles are something you can hold in your hand. What I would suggest to make the most of these subconscious energies of your intuitive faculties and of this amped up tuning in that you're going to have, I strongly recommend that you write your stuff down. You keep a dream journal. Here's another person I think everybody should read, Robert Moss. I'm going to leave a link to some of his books in the description. He is phenomenal in terms of analyzing your own dreams, interpreting your dreams, working with your dream life to help guide your waking life. I think he's a freaking genius. So I will leave his link below too. And I've read his books, so I will put down there. All right. So, but what this is tangible, taking the first steps, Page of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles is also a little research as well, a little studying. But 3 of Pentacles, a plan, a tangible blueprint, starting a dream journal, keeping a dream journal, keeping an intuitive journal, starting to write down, you know, your dreams. What are your intuitive impressions from them, from your life? You know, how are they directing subconsciously the plan of your life? You know, how can you tune in with that? There is some big change that's coming to your life, Cancer. It's right here. It may be in the next 4 months with this Aries energy here. It could be with an Aries. That's possible. A new Aries may be coming into your life. If you already have an Aries in your life, there could be a big change happening with them. You may, if you're already attached with an Aries, you may be getting some intuitive downloads in terms of the next unfoldment of your path ahead together. But there is a big change. So whatever was lost will be found, and I think it will be found in a much better way, and in a way where you can take charge of your destiny again, in the way that you really like to, which is from your gut, from your intuition. So I think something big is coming your direction, and you're going to get the presentiments to it in your dreams, through your intuitions. Now, the thing is, though, with the dream world, things evaporate the moment you wake up. So it is vital, in my opinion, and in Robert Moss's opinion, to write these things down. Write them down, because you can then look back later and say, that's where that little idea came from. That's what my subconscious was trying to tell me as the next direction and plan for my life. So tangible here. But there is a change. We have Scorpio season here. I think it could be around Scorpio season when you're going to be able to take charge in a very tangible way, again, of whatever these premonitions were, whatever these downloads were, that you could be, if you're a writer, especially with this Three of Pentacles here, you could be getting significant creative downloads over the next 6 months. One of which, I think at least one of which, could really change your life if you take charge of it and put it out there, you know, in some way, maybe in Scorpio season. So big energy afoot, but it is about you taking charge of this energy and using it. You know, that's the thing, right? We have a dream and it's interesting and we're like, yeah, I think I'm feeling kind of something about that. But again, if you don't write it down so you can go back and review it and look at it and use it, it evaporates. So this is very much about taking charge with the Emperor here of the energies of change that your subconscious is going to be tapping into before it even exists on the outside plane. So this is a big opportunity, Cancer. I hope you'll use the energies. All right, Leo. So the new moon solar eclipse is happening in your 11th house. So it is time to get your wish on, baby. 11th house, hopes, wishes, and dreams. So nurturing some new possibilities for your life. Let's see what we need to know, how you can best use this energy. Okay, Dream Thief, refusal of the call. This is interesting. The number 13. So look at this little goblin, this gremlin here. Stealing your dream. What is going on with that? You're refusing, or something is in your situation. Refusal of the call. You're being called to something greater, Leo. There is a new purpose coming in for you. A new direction, like I said, a new dream, a new wish. But what is this resistance to it? What's going on with that? Let's see. Empress. Knight of Wands. Tower. The Sun card. All right. There is a surprising new direction that you're going to be heading in. And I think the universe, because look at that, we have 3 major arcanas out of the 4 here. Empress, Tower, and the Sun card. You can refuse all you want, but there is something here that I feel is coming in for you, whether you kind of want it or not. All right. Because to me, lots of major arcanas can be like a destiny moment. So it's not that necessarily a dream of yours is being stolen. I think you're going to be redirected in some surprising way that may actually be better than you're thinking right now of the current wish and dream that you have. I hope that makes sense. So, and we have that redirection here with this Tower. And I think this is going to happen by your birthday season, maybe around your birthday. This surprising news that comes in, it could be about your personal creativity. Empress rules love and money, though. So it could be, you know, something about your career, something about your creative life, something also about motherhood. That energy came up actually in the general reading, and somebody wrote about how she just found out in the comments that she just found out she was pregnant, like a surprise pregnancy. She had been trying for years, and then all of a sudden she's been with this new man for the last 6 months, and now she's pregnant. So this is very much that type of energy. I think that's happened already for her. But again, however you interpret this Empress, it is about a dream perhaps that you have been incubating already for your life. But I think something else is coming in to supersede that dream. And I think what this energy is saying is it would behoove you not to refuse the new call that's coming in, because you can't stop it anyway. There's something fated about it. So it's a destiny moment, in other words. And it will come in very quickly, the Knight of Wands. It could be connected with a personal relationship. a new relationship coming in. That is possible also. Knight of Wands often is a herald of, some sexy, flirty energy. This is out of the blue though. If this is involving meeting somebody, it's going to be totally unexpected. You cannot plan for it. You cannot be like, okay, no, it's going to be out of the blue, out of your control, which I know is something Leo doesn't really like, to have things out of their control either. But joyful and joyous in the end. This beautiful sun card and your birthday energy. Same thing. Here's more fire energy. So something gorgeous is coming in. Remember, Tower is not always bad. Tower is just Uranus energy. Now, it is possible, because Uranus is in Taurus right now, that this could be a surprising change of direction in your career, but everything turns out fine. All right, so that's a possibility. I'm going to interpret this through the 11th house, which is some brand new wish, like very strong creative energies here, to create a new life for yourself. That's the other thing. This new life, though, may be created in a different place than what you were thinking, with a different person than what you were thinking, or it just may look very different than what you had initially thought because of this energy coming in. This energy is also, with this and this, yes, can be an unexpected pregnancy, especially with her showing up, but also can be a love at first sight moment. Absolutely. The Tower card is often, that lightning flash, the lightning bolt. The French call it the coup de foudre. It's like, boom, like love at first sight. There you go. Very, very possible. So, every sign can be stubborn, of course. But, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius are fixed signs. Thus, as a fixed energy is often kind of like habits, routines, things just the way they want them, and they like to be in control. So there's something here that is going to kind of be like, Leo, surprise! That may rattle you a little because, again, that fixed energy, it's just astrology, but it's okay. It's okay. You've got this gorgeous energy here. So the Sun card is one of the best cards in all of tarot, as we know, and whether it's a literal new baby, grandbaby, or fur baby or something, we have animal here in this deck, or in this card, there's joy here. There's joy and excitement and new life. So don't be too fixated on what you think should happen or the way it's gonna look, because it could change remarkably. All right, Virgo. So the new moon solar eclipse is happening in your 10th house of career, calling, vocation, and your status in the world. So let's see how you can best use those energies for your career life. Let's see what we have. What's the advice for Virgo? Very nice. In the hand, the universe is your partner. And the number 31 here, so that may be important for you over the next 6 months. So the universe has a hand in the destiny of your career affairs over the next 6 months, especially. I mean, the universe always has a hand in whatever we're doing, but it may especially be directing you this way and that way to your right destiny. All right, let's see what we have. The universe is your partner, Virgo. What do we have? Queen of Swords, Hangman, the Sun card, Justice, and the Tower. Wow, look at all of these major arcana. We have 4 major arcanas. Wow. All right, so this is Gemini season, but it's also Libra season, and we have Libra over here as well. I got to pull another one. The Tower's not bad, but I want to see what comes after the Tower. Because it's hard to end on a surprise note like that. And not know, well, what comes after? What is going on with this Tower? Oh, the Lovers. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh my gosh, Virgo, this is unbelievable. All right, well, this is, remember, your 10th house of career. So we have the air sign seasons are going to be important. We know we're an air sign now, Gemini. I think you're going to be rethinking and reevaluating a few things. Maybe even something you started in March here with this Piscean energy showing up. There could have been something that is still kind of hanging in the balance about your career. But again, it's about trusting the timing of the universe. The universe has you in hand, and it has whatever you've been trying to initiate in hand as well. Now, with the Queen of Swords here, you could have been trying to initiate something in your career involving a contract, involving some sort of paperwork, a job contract, signing on an important client, possibly getting a contract for funding. I mean, I feel like there's some sort of contract that's involved with this whole career situation. And it's big. Look at all these major arcanas, Virgo. Like, there is some sort of big change in your career, I think, that's coming for you. It will involve, of course, you are ruled by Mercury as well. You're very clear-headed. You're very analytical. You can sort through all the, pieces of information, but you are going to really need your mercurial side of you coming out big time with this particular situation. You're going to have to maybe look at facts and figures. You're going to have to analyze these facts and figures, but most of all, with whatever this justice contract is, most of all, also, what I really want you to keep in mind is those things are going to be important, yes, because of the energies that we have, but so is your happiness and where you want to invest your creative power. The Sun card. The Sun card rules the heart. Leo energy, right? So it is about our will, our confidence, our creativity, and also something new being born. Something new is going to be born in your career life. But it's not just about the money. This is so important to understand, I feel, from these energies that are coming out. It is about something that is going to has the potential to bring you profound happiness. Yes, in a paperwork sense. Yes, in a financial sense, because there will be a contract. But also, for some of you, there is a brand new partnership coming. Now, this could be a business partner with the Lovers here. It could be a creative partnership with this here. This can also be a new relationship, a personal relationship that gets started because of what happens and changes in your career. Now, I don't recommend people date people from work, but it's the type of thing where if you didn't take on that particular job or client, you wouldn't have been at that particular coffee shop that day, and you wouldn't have run into this very interesting person who just also happened to be at the coffee shop. All right, so it doesn't have to be somebody you're working with. But I feel like it's after Libra season. It could be right around Libra season here. But there is something brand new partnership connection. This could be a new boss coming in as well, but somebody you're going to see eye to eye with as well. This is going to be a good working relationship, but there is a surprise. There is a surprise here attached to it. I think you might be very surprised by how well you get on with this person. The other thing that's possible, if we just look at the Lovers card as communications card, because it's Gemini and we have Gemini here, there could be a really surprising success for you with something to do with a big communications project, if that's your career. And communications, teaching, networking, sales, publishing, all of those Gemini pursuits, working with information, working with, a lot of different people, social media, things like that. So there could be a very surprising development. This energy, Virgo, of course, speaks to the fact that whatever you have been percolating, whatever you've been working on, it is big and you need to protect it legally with this Queen of Swords and the Justice card here. Now, there's nothing negative here, but just get your trademarks, get all your stuff. You know what to do. All right, but it's about this renewal, this renaissance, this beautiful sun card that's going to bring so much glorious potential in your life, some of which you don't even know about yet. The universe has a surprise for you, and I think it's going to be a very good surprise with this Lover's energy over here. So the key, though, for me in looking at these energies is not to sacrifice your creative dreams just for the money either. There is something, to me, very pure about these two energies together that, you know, it is going to be about the joy that you're going to feel. Also, even with the Lover's card, the joy of creation and putting your personal stamp on whatever this is as well. So yes, keep the money in mind, of course, you know, but also don't forget that other piece. I think that's really, really important. And when you get a little nervous and worrying, just remember, because, you know, you're a Virgo, okay? And you know I love you guys. That's not a dig, all right? But remember that the universe has got you, and it has got this situation in the hand. So just remember that. The universe is your partner. All right, Libra. So the new moon solar eclipse is happening in your 9th house of the big picture of your life. 9th house also rules spirituality, academia, publishing, and travel. All right, let's see how you can best use these energies. We have covenant, sacred contract. Gemini also got this. So there is some sort of new spiritual development that's on its way for you. You know, as I said to Gemini, I'm leaving a link in the description to a book called Sacred Contracts, which I think is fabulous, that everybody should read. I won't say more about that right now, but check out the link in the description. But this is about, you know, if you believe that we incarnate with certain spiritual lessons, spiritual destinies that we're supposed to fulfill, which I think we do, because that's what's indicated, or what a lot is indicated in your particular natal birth chart, then what this suggests to me, this card that's coming out, is you're going to be perhaps setting an intention to uncover the next sacred contract, the next thing that is aligned with the bigger picture vision of your life, perhaps your next spiritual growth mission, your spiritual purpose. So there's something, I think, unfolding for you in that 9th house area. This can also be sharing your spiritual gifts. Maybe there's a contract, because we have a pen here, a feather pen, you know, to write a book about your metaphysical experiences, your spiritual experiences, your spiritual growth, that type of thing. That's possible. Or about your travels. So you're signing up for something brand new in these areas of your life, but it's also part of your destiny. It's written in your sacred contract. All right. So let's see what we need to know about that, Libra. What do we need to know about that? 2 of Wands, Pluto, Death card, 2 of Swords, Page of Swords, and the 3 of Wands. So you are on the cusp of a major new beginning, a major initiation into, I do feel, some sort of communications project, with the Page of Swords showing up here, that is going to change the future course of your destiny, this 3 of Wands. But of course, that's coming in the future. That's not here yet. You have some energy to work through with this Death and the 2 of Swords here. There is a decision to be made, I think, over the next 2 months, because we have that here. With the Leo energy showing up, you are standing on the threshold of a brand new life. You're going to be crossing over this gateway. It's interesting that the 2 of Wands came up, because there is a globe in this person's hand, and that is very much about that 9th house energy of travel and international affairs. So again, you want to make an impact on the world. There is something connected with this 9th house area of your life about connecting with the world in a deeper way, in a more impactful way. Whatever that means for you, apply it to your life. It could also just be expanding your own spiritual growth through travel. Now, obviously, a lot of us are not doing that right now, but this could be coming in the future for you. But also, we can travel via our written word, through a blog, through a website, through a book we write, etc. So your words could also be traveling around the world. So Leo season is in 2 months. This is the wand energy. I think in Leo season, you will be making some sort of major decision. This Pluto, this change, something else will be revealed in your heart about the direction you want to go in. I don't think you know it yet. There is something you're maybe noodling around with a few ideas, but nothing is feeling exactly right yet. That's okay. Mercury's retrograde. Use the time to just explore right now. 2s are about waiting. 2s, nothing's happening in a 2. We're standing, we're just sitting there with a blindfold, nothing's happening. So use this time over the next, couple months to just really figure out how you want to change and grow with this sacred contract that you're going to be signing up for. What do you want this to look like for you, for your future? Not just, the next 6 months, but also the longer term future, because the 9th house is about the bigger picture of your life. So whatever you're going to be embarking upon is going to change your life in a significant way. The Pluto energy is here. But there's something about, 2 of Swords is an interesting energy. I think there's something here really about what's in your heart. What is deep down in your heart that you really would like to share if you weren't afraid? I think most people, whenever they put themselves out there, this is only normal, this is human nature. This is not, it's not the Libra thing, it's anybody. When we put ourselves out there from the heart, of course it's scary. Of course. And it's a lot easier not to do that a lot of the times. But I think there's some profound truth, 9th house, that you want to share with the world. So I think it's time to dig deep into your heart and figure out, what am I willing to do that? Am I ready for that? I am ready. You are ready. The Death card's here. You're ready to make this happen. What do I need to do to make myself more comfortable with doing that? But you're going to do it. You got the Page of Swords here. You're going to take the first steps, the baby steps. The Page of Swords for me are the first initiating steps. And it's sword. It's the same energy. So with the communication, with, starting to write your book, starting your blog, starting, whatever it is you're going to be working on with the written word. And this 3 of Wands, notice we go from the 2 to the 3. You're going to be looking at the future of your life in an entirely new way based on this project that you start. And the 3 of Wands in some other tarot decks has a ship in the distance. The ship will come in. If this is just going to get started, just get underway, you're going to change people's lives. And what you put out there is also going to change your own life. But right now, all you have to worry about is getting clear in your heart, because she's right in the middle, getting clear in your heart. What is this message of truth that you want to put out there? Start working on it, and the rest will take care of itself naturally. So get ready, Libra. All right, Scorpio. Wow. The new moon solar eclipse is taking place in your 8th house. Now, you rule the 8th house naturally and natally. So, you're kind of an expert at this house. But even so, this 8th house is about deep transformation on all levels. Healing, transformation, physical, mental, emotional, sex, death, intimacy, psychological transformation. I mean, it is, it's a deep house, but you got this. And I think this eclipse is going to be very personal for you because, like I said, it is happening in your 8th house. And let's see how you can best use those energies. Let's see what we got going on. We have your house, deep diver, diving into a task. So this is about deeply transforming your life, going into the emotional depths of your being, healing, transforming, bringing things up for cleansing and shifting and all of that type of thing. So this, I mean, if we had to pick a Scorpio card from this deck, I mean, this definitely resonates for you guys. This is very much what you like to do also, and what you're very good at doing. You know, you are one of the signs that can absolutely just go right into the heart of the matter and pull out the gems, you know, even through something that may be a little murky or a little cloudy or, you know, a little dirty, even Pluto. I mean, like mud and crust. Like, you're the sign that can go in there and pull out the diamond. So you got this. There's something important that you're going to be looking at in the next 6 months and deeply transforming your life. And transforming your life will be the focus. Diving into a task, whatever that is, whatever it is you need to do. Because your 8th house is Pluto energy also. So it is about the transformation. It can be about purging, cleansing, detoxing, all of that type of thing. The World card, here it is, no reversals, wrapping up a cycle. And there's your energy right here. So World is a great card, though. It's also about new beginnings. 4 of Cups. Hangman, Pisces energy. Empress energy, more Pisces coming up. And Hierophant. Hierophant, look at all these major arcanas. And this energy's popping. This is like, the cards are flying everywhere. So Taurus also. So Taurus and Pisces energy we have percolating here. But this is about a new commitment in your life. Now, there could be a Pisces coming into your life. I don't think they're here yet. They may be coming around close to your birthday season. 4 of Cups, about 4 months. So that would be June, July to August, September, October. Yeah, almost to your birthday season. So I feel like what this energy is saying to me is that the diving into the task is the World card, is cleaning up loose ends so that a new beginning can happen. And I do think there is the possibility of some sort of new commitment coming into your life. With a new creative commitment, perhaps, because of the Empress energy. This could be, and the 5th house is showing up here with Piscean energy as well. So a new creative commitment that you want to give your all to, and that is going to change your life, diving into a task. But this can also be a new relationship. And so you need to clean up some threads of the past. You need to end a cycle. And what that cycle is, even if it's a creative project, a new one you want to embark upon, or a new romance, there's something about a past disappointment or disappointments. There's about, you know, setting the intention to let go of your past, of things that didn't work out. The universe is going to bring you something. I do feel, again, around your birthday season. You're going to have cleanup crew right now happening. But here you are, birthday season. Here's the universe's little hand here going, Scorpio, I got a present for you. And that present is going to be something you've long waited for, the Hangman. That could be love or money with the Empress showing up here, but will nurture you and you will nurture it, and could lead to some sort of fantastic new commitment in your life. Taurus energy. There's also, with all these major arcanas, I think this is also, to me, the next layer and level of your spiritual growth that you are going to be ready for. But as I said, I think there's something here to dive deeply into, to wrap up something so that the new cycle can start. And the other thing too is this new cycle with this either creative project, person, whatever it is, it's gonna take you deeply into another dimension. So, and what I mean by that is, like, you're not gonna have time to clean things up after this. Like, you're gonna be very busy with this situation. So take care of, focus on a task, these loose ends right now, because a new task is coming in, either a creative project, as I said, or the task of expanding your heart into some new commitment with a new person. and you're just not going to have time to do these other little things. Some of you also, with this diving into a task, this world, because it is also a chapter ending, this is like clear out energy also. So decluttering, clearing out, getting rid of old stuff that no longer suits you, that no longer, like if you've lost a lot of weight recently or something like that, and you still have all the old clothes, like donate them to the charity shop or whatever. Like it's time, it's the purging time, clearing the slate, purging, because something new and juicy is coming in. So, and we know that from over here. So really nice energy, Scorpio. So Sagittarius, the new moon solar eclipse is happening in your 7th house of relationships, both business and personal. So let's see what energies we have for you that you can use to manifest something new and improved in these areas of your life. Let's see, what does Sagittarius need to know? Eye of the needle, intentionality. Wow. Okay. So focus and being intentional. What is it that you really want to create in your relationship life? If you already have a partnership, maybe you want to improve it in some very specific area or some specific way. If you don't have a relationship yet, how can you get more intentional about creating space for that person in your world? How can you get more intentional about what you want? What are the qualities you want in that person? How can you get more intentional about your own self and what you have to offer somebody else? So let's see what we need to know about that. All right, so focusing your intentions on what you want and what you don't want. Oh, 3 of Swords. Caught in the past, heartbreak. 4 of Pentacles. Some of you are holding on to a grudge from the past. And to best use this energy is to set the intention to heal that. King of Pentacles. Page of Cups. 6 of Wands. Alrighty. Well, this is what I feel. For those who want to make an improvement in their love life, whatever that means for you, as I said, what needs to be healed is energy that's still stuck from the past. 4 coins is interesting because this is the miser card. This is the person who's holding on to the pentacle, holding on to the money. So it's a very grasping type energy. So these energies together, in terms of what we're asking about, stuck holding on to the past. And that maybe, and again, it's a general reading, but maybe there's some badge of honor or some sort of identity that you've gotten kind of stuck in a rut about, oh, well, I'm the injured party. I was the injured party. So, and maybe you were the injured party. I'm sorry if that was the case. We've all been injured parties at some point in our lives. Well, maybe yes, you were. But are you going to hold on to that as your identity for the rest of your life? So there is something here, the intentionality of redefining and shifting out of the past and holding on to that energy. I do feel that this is a time marker, this King of Pentacles, for Virgo season. That's our next earth sign energy, when a beautiful Page of Cups could be coming to offer some romance. And by your birthday, 6 of Wands here, you could be moving forward with focus and intentionality on some sort of relationship improvement or a brand new relationship in your life that is based in pure heartfelt energy. Page of Cups is very, very lovely energy. But this is the beginning steps, the beginning, the beginning flirtation, the beginning, sending little love poems to one another type phase, all right? But Virgo season. But here's the other piece of the puzzle for me with this. Yes, maybe it's somebody who's an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. That's possible. Or they have strong earth in their chart. But the other thing I'm feeling about this is that, of course, the King of Pentacles is the highest in the suit. It is solid self-esteem. I read Pentacles also as self-esteem. So it's like you can't get any bigger, any badder, any better with your self-esteem when you're showing up as the King of Pentacles. So because you're showing up powerful and healed and you're like, I deserve, a really heartfelt, lovely connection, because you're going to be claiming that and stepping out of this. This smacks a little bit, this is my interpretation of the energies of, again, like a little bit of that victim. And like I said, maybe you were a victim, but were is the past tense. You're not that anymore. You have had the time, at least the last 3 to 4 years, to put that situation into some sort of perspective. You are here now, Sagittarius, here. So use this energy to set intentions about calling in a new business or personal relationship from who you are now, not who you were before. All right? And you will get there. So Capricorn, the new moon solar eclipse in Gemini is happening in your 6th house of work and health and well-being and small animals. So maybe there will be a new furry friend in your life coming in the next few months. Let's see. Or a new job, or some sort of healing, a new health regimen, a new exercise routine. Let's see. What do we need to know, Capricorn? Fortune's wheel, luck and right timing. I like that. Number 23. Okay, so that bodes well. Let's see what we have going on with that energy. All right, what does Capricorn need to know to use this Fortune's wheel? So luck and right timing, Pluto energy. So some big transformation is coming for your world. And a King of Cups energy. So probably in Cancer season or Scorpio season, since Scorpio did come out first. So we'll have to see. Let's see what else we get. Ace of Swords. Big decision is coming for you. I think a contract that you're going to be signing. 7 of Swords. 10 of Swords. Oops, and these two stuck in my hand. Page of Cups and the 6 of Wands. Okay, so disappointments of the past will be firmly put in the past. This is beautiful energy. Don't worry about this 7 of Swords and the 10 of Swords. This Ace of Swords is cutting away anything in the past from work, where I feel like this is a work situation, that where people betrayed you, where people lied right to your face, and that's what we have here, and stabbed you in the back. This new thing that's coming in is possibly involving water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, but I would say either Scorpio or Cancer season, probably Scorpio. But we have the Ace here, so it could be in a month. We have the 6 here, it could be 6 weeks from now. So it could be the middle of Cancer season right after the new moon in Cancer, where some big decision gets made that really changes your life and shifts you out of a bad situation. You could be dealing with this right now in your work life. You could be dealing with backstabbers, liars, cheaters, Fibonacci's, whatever. But that Ace of Swords is going to cut all of that away. And there is something new coming in that's going to lead you on the path to victory, that's going to reward you and be very fulfilling over the next 6 months. So it's just up to you to tune into the luck and the right timing. And what that means also is not forcing things because you get impatient. So trust the timing of your life. We have the change on its way. And it's going to bring an emotional change to your life as well. Because like I said, you're going to be out of this energy. And that to me is more important than even the Pentacles right now. Notice there's no Pentacles here, Capricorn. It's about the personal satisfaction, the rewards, the triumph, the fulfillment. This is Six of Wands is a great card. This is finally getting the recognition that you deserve. This is very, very nice. And, you know, here is the heartfelt offer. Somebody, I don't even want to see those. Somebody wants to absolutely honor your abilities with some sort of contract. That's the Ace of Swords. So some sort of offer that you're going to be signing your name to that will lead to even further developments for the next 6 months of recognition, satisfaction, etc. So really, really nice energies here. Just do not force a thing. This change could even have its roots. This is Pisces, always Pisces energy for me because of the little fish. This could even have its roots back in Pisces season. This is something you could have started in March. And now finally, because all the pieces are going to get in place, middle of July, finally the wheel turns and it's the right time for this particular change to occur. So really, really nice energies here, Capricorn. You're going to finally start to get some recognition that I think, you know, like I said, as you've been long wanting and waiting for. You've been hanging in there, doing the work. But unfortunately, you've had some situations around you. This can even be, I mean, this can just be some nefarious energies that are trying to thwart you in some way. This can be some evil eye stuff going on as well. But what I feel from, you know, jealousy, evil eye, you know, what I feel from all of this, though, is that, you know, you're triumphing and rising above whatever this is. And this change is going to be big. Whatever this is, it's really going to affect your life in a very profound way. And because Scorpio rules your 11th house, this showing up here, it is something a change you have been wishing for in regards to your work or some sort of, you know, health situation changing for the better. And if it's a health matter, you could have just been feeling really stuck and betrayed. You could have been dealing with somebody who wasn't telling you the truth, who wasn't really helping you. They just, you know, weren't, your well-being and healing was not top of mind. Maybe they just wanted to, you know, get money out of you for repeat doctor visits maybe. But you may also find that this is very healing energy, this King of Cups and Page of Cups. If it's a health situation, you may finally find the person and you make the decision to sign up with some sort of new healer. That's very possible here as well. That can finally get you on the road to recovery. This beautiful Six of Wands. So excellent energy. Just don't force anything. Keep doing what you're doing. And also protect your energy. White light yourself. Get your obsidian. Get your sage going. Because I don't like this energy around you. All right. So do some protective stuff. It's not going to affect you. You're fine. You're doing good. And just be patient. It's coming. It's on its way. So the new moon solar eclipse is happening in your 5th house, Aquarius. So your 5th house is love, romance, creativity, children, gambling, risk-taking, and entrepreneurship. So let's see what you need to know about working with the energies to manifest in this area of your life. We have perfect storm, the courage to step into life, the number 44. So this is, maybe there has been you have a stormy past and, you know, you're a little worried about, putting yourself back out there, so to speak, in 5th house matters. Putting yourself out there with your creativity, with your love life, with your business, etc. But you're going to find the courage to do exactly that. So let's see what we have going on with that for you. All right. We have the 7 of Cups, King of Wands, taking charge, 3 of Wands, 9 of Swords, and the Magician. All right. So the courage to step into life. That's exactly what we have going on here. I think that there's been some energy left over where somebody really did a number on your confidence. And this is something you may not have shared with people at all. You have not gone there. Because look at the colors in this Nine of Swords and this Perfect Storm. They're very similar. And the Nine of Swords can be intentional cruelty. Somebody's deliberately a jerk to you. So I feel like somebody hurt you very badly. It doesn't have to be just in romance. It could have been they questioned your parenting skills. They bashed your creative project. They said you could never start your own business, like you were terrible at it or whatever. But there's something here that really caused consternation and doubt and self-doubt. But that is where this new moon solar eclipse comes in, to set the intention to heal whatever that negative influence was in your life and release it once and for all. And as it says here, to get back into life and not worry so much about what other people were saying and doing and criticizing you for. Okay? I mean, you are a very independent person. Most Aquarians are. But that doesn't mean that you are not affected by other people and their jabs at you. So, but look at all this gorgeous energy that is here. We have confidence. We have the Magician, which is about your will, your confidence, your abilities. We have some new dreams that are percolating for you. So you're getting back out into life, looking squarely at the possibilities now and not the problems and not the, being influenced by the cruel words and cruel attitudes of other people. You're feeling confident and fired up to choose from one of these new dreams and go and pursue it. And that's what you're going to do. So whether the dream is a new romance, a new creative project, a new business, I think by the time we get to Leo season, which is here, could even be Cancer season, but I'm feeling more Leo. You're going to be choosing. You're going to be choosing to move forward with confidence and go for it. We have this Three of Wands here. So instead of being, hidden away and sad about your life, you're going to be back out there, back into life, looking to your future with hope and optimism and excitement for what you can manifest and create. And look at how these outfits are very similar. He has the red here. This is the red. We have a lot of yellow here, a lot of yellow here. So will, confidence, and passion to create possibilities in your life and new exciting directions for growth. So really beautiful, optimistic energy here to manifest some new dreams for yourself in this fifth house area and leave behind these storms of the past that have dragged you down. So really nice energy, Aquarius. So Pisces, the new moon solar eclipse is happening in your fourth house of home, family, roots, and what nourishes or feeds you. So let's see what we have going on for you, how you can best use these energies to manifest what you want. We have Feast of Plenty, choices and their consequences, and the number 20. All right. So let's see what's going on for you with that energy. So it seems like there will be a change or some sort of decision revolving around where you're living, how you're living, who you're living with. Temperance, so a change, Sagittarius season, and that is when the next eclipse is. Five of Coins. Page of Swords. Chariot. The Five of Cups. I'm going to pull one more. Ace of Swords. Okay. So it's very interesting because there's two swords here as well, sticking into whatever this ball is. I'm not sure what that is. All right. We have two number 5s here as well. 5s are about change. There is something here you absolutely want to change about where you're living, how you're living, who you're living with. Perhaps where you're living is no longer satisfactory because of financial things. Maybe where you're living does not provide enough job opportunities with the 5 of Pentacles here. Or maybe somebody has moved out, and maybe that's why we have a 5 of Cups here, and you can no longer afford the place where you are living. If it was a roommate, or if it was a, significant other, if there was a breakup, something like that. So you're really looking to move. Here you are in the Chariot. That is a card of moving and moving on, moving forward, new path. I feel like there's a little regret at having to move on, but you are going to make the decision to do so. And I feel I said that these readings were for the next 6 months. I feel it's in the next 6 months. Here's the Sagittarius energy. So there's something here. It could have been a relationship that broke down, as I said, being left out in the cold. So you're kind of being left with no choice. There's something here where you may feel like you don't have a choice in this change. But because the Temperance card is here, and this is about alchemy and change, but it's also about spiritual protection because of the angel in the card. Although this may not seem like a change you want right now, there is a protective energy about it that I think you will see much later on. That this actually is all's well that ends well type energy. So there will be some sort of decision that you're just starting to wrap your head around. There may be a lot of communications, negotiations, and things you're going to need to do to get this move underway. Pages are about the baby steps for me, the first movements forward. So this, I think, is going to be some sort of investigative phase for you. The decision will come. I think the decision will come in July because we have the July here and we have the Ace of Swords where you will be either maybe signing a lease, signing a contract with a real estate agent, like to sell your home, or signing a contract with a leasing agent to help you find an apartment, that type of thing. But you could be moving even faster than you think. Like I said, I do think it's going to be by December, the next eclipse, but sometime in the next 5 months with this 5 of Cups here, which takes us to Sagittarius season. But it could happen as soon as July with this energy here. There is some regret, nostalgia going on here. That's what I feel this 5 of Cups is. But it's time. I mean, I just feel like with this 5 of Pentacles, it's like whatever was good where you were has now kind of dried up. It's not there anymore. And you may feel very disconnected. Also, their friends could have moved on. Once it was a nurturing place, full of opportunity, full of support, etc. But now it's not. So you're going to really start to feel that and figure that out. So there will be plenty where you're going. Feast of plenty. There will be plenty of opportunities. Right now, we're kind of in this energy. And that's not sustainable. It's not sustainable for you. Choices and their consequences. I feel the consequences will be good for you. The Chariot is here and the Ace of Swords. Both are victory energies. Will there be a little sadness? Sure. That's only normal. 5 of Cups. That's only normal. Because you could have been there at least 5 years. This is longer than just, I was there for like a year. No, there's something more entrenched than that. So could even be 14 years too with this energy over here. But the consequences, I think, will be favorable. And I think it's going to open up more opportunities and a new path for you as well that, again, you don't even see yet. But, really, really nice energies. But you will decide this. The ball is in your court with this energy. And like I said, you're going to be in control of where you're going, how you're going. And it's interesting too. Here's a sword in his hand. I guess it looks like a sword to me. Here's a sword, and we have the 2 swords here in this card. So I think at least 2 good new things will come out of this potential move that you are going to be undergoing. So yeah, I like this for you. I mean, this is very, very good. But like I said, there may be a little initial resistance and sadness around it. This could even be somebody who in the family who is moving out and moving on. And there could be a child with the Page of Swords here, air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But there will be some consequences maybe from that in their life. But it could also be freeing you up in some way as well. That's possible with this energy. So, but like we said here, the Feast of Plenty, there's more opportunities that are going to be coming in because of this change. You have been kind of stuck in this limbo land of, just discontent, the 5 of Coins. I mean, that's not good energy to be in. And the situation is going to clear itself out. I mean, Feast of Plenty is the opposite of the 5 of Coins. So, like I said, but to get there is going to require, in my feeling, it's like a leap of faith, because you have this beautiful Temperance, but you also have the Chariot. So it is a leap of faith. So time to figure out and set your intentions for how you're going to use that energy, Pisces. Thank you so much for joining me for your new moon solar eclipse tarot reading forecast. I love you guys so very, very much. Take care. I will see you again soon. Stella Wilde signing out.